Far away, in a kingdom surrounded by mountains and rivers, there was a magnificent flower garden known as Eternal Spring. In this garden, flowers of various colors bloomed all year round, accompanied by the songs of birds and a gentle breeze. In the midst of this garden, there was a unique flower, a large blue sky flower, within which a princess was imprisoned. Her name was Princess Belina. A sorcerer had cursed her in her childhood, saying, "You will be freed from this flower's captivity only when you recognize the light of your own heart." No one in the royal family or the kingdom knew where Belina had disappeared. Everyone thought she might have been lost in another world. But she was actually trapped within the flower, in the eternal spring garden. There, she could see the birds, hear the songs of the wind, but could not speak to anyone. One day, a brave young man named Aaron from a distant kingdom came to the garden. He was a dreamer, a boy from a humble family with a generous and kind heart. As he entered the garden, he felt that there was some mystery within it. Suddenly, as he approached the blue flower, it began to sway continuously. A woman's voice emerged from within. "Free me, trust me, love me." Without fear, Aaron asked, "Who are you? How can I free you?" Aaron began to visit the garden regularly over the next few days. He sang songs to Belina, told her stories, and shared his innermost thoughts. Gradually, the princess's curse began to weaken as Belina discovered the light of her heart, love, trust, and compassion within Aaron. One night, under the light of the full moon, the flower burst forth in a blaze of light, and out emerged the true Princess Belina. The princess cried out, "You are the key to my freedom, Aaron. I now know that the true light of the heart belongs not to royalty, but to love and courage." The king and queen were overjoyed. They accepted Aaron as their own son. And Belina and Aaron ruled the kingdom together, a new realm filled with love, truth, and compassion. True beauty comes from the light of the heart, and love and trust can break any curse.
Long ago, a fairyland existed, with many magical fairies. Among them was Ira Fairy. Ira's magical power was hidden in a ring. The ring controlled light, rain, and wind. One day, a dark sorceress stole Ira's ring. Chaos ensued on Earth. Storms replaced sunshine, thorns replaced flowers, and fear replaced smiles. In a small village lived Lena, a kind and brave girl. Lena dreamt of flying like the fairies to reach the sky. One night, Ira Fairy appeared in Lena's dream and said, "Lena, you can retrieve my lost ring and save the world." Lena received a small map, visible only to the brave-hearted. The map showed the dark forest where the sorceress hid the ring. On her journey, Lena encountered a mute magical bird. She saw a frozen lake and a stone-sealed ancient door. The door opened only with the sound of faith. Having overcome obstacles, Lena finally reached the cave. There, the sorceress awaited Lena, demanding her voice for the ring. Lena agreed, knowing humanity's peace was more valuable. Surprised sorceress was defeated by Lena's selfless sacrifice. The ring returned to Lena, restoring light, calm, and smiles. Ira Fairy embraced Lena, as fairies made her one of them. Her voice returned, sweeter than before, as Earth's first fairy friend. The real magic lies in sacrifice, courage, and love.
In the moonlit haze of an unknown cemetery, the air is strangely still. There rests a glass fairy, eyes as clear as crystal, heart wrapped in profound mystery. Alina, a teenage girl, had always dreamt of peculiar visions, a graveyard shrouded in mist, a girl with white wings, and a dark djinn with eyes blazing fire. One day, she unexpectedly finds herself in that dream world. Here, she encounters a mysterious fairy called Kachia. her body as transparent as glass. She whispers, "Alina, I am a cursed fairy. I was once a guardian of the Jinn realm, but after falling in love with a sinister Jinn, I was turned into glass and sent into deep slumber." The Jinn's name was Asmal. He harvested power from human fear and tears. He once told Kachia, "I must possess your heart, or I will destroy your fairy world." Upon rejecting his love, Asmal cursed her. So only the touch of an innocent human, with courage, sacrifice, and love in their heart, could free her. Alina realizes she might be that person, but Asmal still roams, aware that Alina is close to breaking the curse. In the moonlit night, Asmal seizes Alina and drags her into the Jinn fortress. Alina battles through the terrifying traps with her bravery, fueled by Kachia's sorrow and human love, liberating herself from the Jinn's sinister grasp. At last, she touches the glass fairy's hand. In a flash, the glass shatters, light floods the surroundings. Kachia reawakens. "You have not only saved me," Kachia says, "you have restored balance between the worlds of humans and jinns." Then she hands Alina a radiant stone, crystal of light, which glows whenever darkness looms. Asmal is consigned to the eternal cage of silence. Alina returns to her world, but under the moon, she occasionally hears Kachia's voice. "Fear not, belief is the greatest magic." On a moonlit night, the jungle was awash with silver light, casting ominous shadows. As Bajamaji, an experienced logger of the Sundarbans, ventured further, his lantern swayed with each step, barely holding back the darkness that surrounded him. The villagers knew him as fearless, yet they whispered tales of the sinister Rupkothar, the blood forest. "Man becomes beast when the moon rises full in that forest," they said. "A monstrous wolf roams those woods." These stories never frightened Baju. However, in dire need of money, he decided to fell timber in the notorious forest, dismissing the legends as mere folktales. By late afternoon, Baju stepped into the heart of Rupkothar. The air was still, as if even the forest held its breath. As dusk arrived, an odd, metallic scent filled the air, followed by the appearance of two fiery red eyes through the gaps between the trees. Suddenly, a blood-curdling howl shattered the silence, revealing a massive silhouette, 8 feet tall, covered in dark fur, with blood-stained fangs and those haunting red eyes. The Wolfman. Baju ran with all his might, the lantern extinguishing in his frantic dash. Blinded by fear, he stumbled, collapsing near an abandoned well in the pitch-black night. Yet, there it halted, the creature stopping in its tracks. The Wolfman seemed powerless by the well's edge, as if something unseen held it back. A mysterious voice echoed in the void. "This Wolfman is a cursed guardian. His salvation lies in your mercy and courage." By dawn, Baju returned to the village. But he wasn't alone. He brought back the tale of the Wolfman's tragic fate. The village's elder, a wise fakir, revealed, the guardian of the blood forest was once human, transformed by greed and revenge. Baju's bravery has granted him release. Thus, the legend of the blood forest lingers, yet the Wolfman is seen no more. Baju is now famed as the brave guardian of the forest, and the mournful howls are now but whispers in the wind. Fear comes, fear goes. The wind seemed to sing, but only the truly brave can find the light within. Once upon a time in a mechanical city lived a little robot named Tamar. Tamar's heart glowed like fire, silent, but with expressive eyes. In this city, named Low Harper, sun never rose, smiles seldom appeared. The kingdom's ruler, Iron King, was not human but a colossal robot. He decreed robots expressing emotions would be dismantled, They must only obey commands. One day, a little girl named Raina visited Loharper with her parents. She found a broken robot in the scrapyard, named T7AM4R or Tamar. Tamar had feelings but kept them hidden from everyone. Raina started fixing Tamar, who began learning human emotions. First fear, then curiosity, and finally love moved Tamar deeply. The king's loyal robot, Rupa, a symbol of obedience, appeared all shiny. Rupa discovered robots, too, could feel. For the first time, she cried. Caught by palace guards, Tamar was ordered to be melted down. Breaking protocols, Rupa stood challenging the king, shedding tears. She pleaded, "We feel, we love. We're not just machines, we're alive." Her tears touched the king's metallic heart, causing a thunderous silence. One fine morning, there was a magical place in the blue sky, Cloudland. Thousands of little water droplets lived there. Among them, 3 friends were the best loved. Cloud with rain drippy, mischievous and lively, always seeks fun droplet drop, calm and wise, a bit pensive sweat droplet splish, book lover and imaginative. One day, Queen of Rain called them. The 3 drops' eyes gleamed. They shouted with joy, "Let's go! Time to be heroes." They leaped out from the sky, on wave-laden winds. Drippa fell on an empty leaf, and it began to smile. Drop landed on a dry river. Its bed turned cold. Splish rushed to a barren field. Plants awakened with life. Yet, danger lurked, Mistress Fog, wishing earth to wither. She trapped them in her toxic haze. "You will vanish. No one will find you." Splish remembered. "We are water. We become vapor. We form clouds. We return again." They called the sun together. The sun sent its bright rays. The fog melted in light. The 3 drops returned to Earth's embrace. Flowers bloomed, rivers sang with the rain's touch. People danced with joy. Trees spread branches and said. Drop said. Drippa laughed. Slowly, they vaporized and returned to the sky, waiting for a new quest. In a distant kingdom, green mountains and deep blue seas defined the landscape. Herb Forest Princess Aranya understood every tree and creature. Flowers bloomed in her path. Whale Ocean Maiden Sindamala could converse with whales and dolphins beneath the waves. A violent whirlpool kept their worlds apart for 100 years. A greedy king destroyed mountains, cutting trees, displacing forest creatures. Aranya was anguished, calling out to the heavens, trying to save her realm. The ocean became polluted, sickening the sea creatures under Sindamala's care. Sindamala, grieving, rose from the sea to seek answers on the shore. The princesses met unexpectedly, first fearing each other's intentions. Conflict brewed as they blamed each other for their world's destruction. An ancient sage, Gauguin, appeared, declaring them both essential forces. Together, they planted trees and cleansed the ocean. Their cooperation inspired nature's healing, bringing rain and clearing skies. The king realized nature's significance, appointing them as guardians of Earth. A rainbow arched across the sky, symbolizing unity and harmony. Together, they proclaimed, "Earth is our mother. Preserving it is our duty." In a small village by the river, lived Mohin, a poor but hardworking fisherman. Every morning, he rowed his boat to fish, returning hungry every night. One night, he dreamt of a luminous island with golden trees and a golden fairy. In the dream, a voice said, "Bring true love and courage, and the island is yours." Mohin set out on his frail boat across the sea. The journey was long and perilous. He faced monstrous waves, one-eyed pirates, and hunger, yet he did not give up. An old turtle showed him the way. True love turns into sacrifice, revealing the fairy. Suddenly, he saw a shimmering island, entirely wrapped in golden hues. Palm trees were golden, sand sparkled as if lit from within. There, a mysterious fairy stood with golden wings, speaking in a sweet voice. You truly arrived, Mohin. To receive gold, offer the most valuable thing. The fairy led Mohin to a golden well with 3 doors. One door held a golden platter, the second a frail fawn, the third his reflection. The fairy said, "Choose the correct path." Mohin contemplated. Not wanting himself or the platter, he lifted the fawn. "I can protect this weak creature at least," he said. Suddenly, a golden light flashed, transforming the fawn into the golden fairy. "You've proved your heart's more valuable than gold," she said, smiling. "You'll be a guardian of this island." Trees bore more gold. Water turned silvery. Mohin's boat was filled with blessings as he returned not for himself, but for his village. Far away was Lumina, a magical realm where princesses gathered for special events. This time was the Grand Princess Conference attended by Moriana, Princess of the Sea, who understands the language of waves. Rosia, from the Kingdom of Flowers, can make plants bloom with her touch. Violet, the brave mountain princess, skilled with a sword. Lyona, from the realm of knowledge, can solve any riddle. Ilia, Princess of Fire, very temperamental but just. As the conference began, the sky turned dark. An old cursed sorceress, Obsindra, returned, once trapped by united princesses. Obsindra screamed, "I'll break your unity. Rebuild the realm of darkness." Obsindra sowed seeds of doubt in the princesses' minds. Moriana believed Rosia disregarded her. Violet thought Lyona looked down because of her wisdom. Separated by disagreements, Obsindra cheered. Lyona recalled an ancient text, "Without unity, strength fades. Bonds save the kingdom." She reminded them how ancestors defeated darkness together. The 5 princesses united again. Rosia bloomed flowers, covering Obsindra's shadows. Moriana drenched her flames with water. Violet shattered the shadow circle with her sword. Ilia burned her spellbook with fire. Lyona erased her name with time magic. Obsindra was destroyed. Light returned to the realm. The princesses embraced each other. Moriana said, "Without your love, Rosia, I'd wither." Lyona said, "Knowledge thrives with friendship." They returned to the Grand Princess Conference, brimming with trust and love. Luminous sky rained light, declaring, "Unity is the true royal virtue." In a distant village lived a poor farmer's daughter, named Elora. She lived with her parents, dreaming of a tree with diamond leaves. One stormy night, Elora found an old, hungry woman at her doorstep. Elora shared her meal with the old woman, despite her own hunger. The old woman smiled and said, "Keep this seed. If planted with honesty, it will grow into a golden tree." Elora planted the seed by the river, watering it with love. Days turned into weeks, and one morning a golden tree appeared. Its leaves began to shine like diamonds within weeks. The village buzzed with news about the diamond-leaf tree. A greedy king and his soldiers soon arrived to cut it. Elora tried to stop them, but the king ordered its cutting. Suddenly, a storm broke out, blinding soldiers with diamond light. The tree roared, "I bloom only for those with pure hearts." The king realized his mistake and sought Elora's forgiveness. He declared Elora the Light Maiden and left the tree with villagers. Elora said, "The tree's diamonds are for all, loved by open hearts." In the sea's heart stood an isolated island. At its center was a vast basin of pure water. This lagoon was called Nilhridoy. A mermaid, Nilbara, lived in it. Her eyes, deep as the sea, voiced water's melody. Daily, she floated singing her song. Fish danced, whales sang, clouds showered hearing her. A sorcerer heard Nilhridoi's hidden eternal power. He cast a spell around the island. Ocean waters roared with anger. Nilbra wept. My songs for love, greed will make me vanish. That night, Nilbra sang a last song, filled with longing, love, and marine heart's cry. Her final words declared, "If I'm gone, the water remains for pure-hearted souls alone." The island glowed instantly, melting the sorcerer's spell into the water. Next morning, the island lay empty. Only pure blue waters surrounded by rainbow light. Those with true hearts find peace, strength, and a mystical voice. Where love's pure, I survive. This story teaches, water calm yet deep, like selfless love, is miraculous. In a kingdom lived a kind king and queen with their smart but lazy son, Prince Arjun. The king wanted him to become fit to rule. So he said, "If you're truly fortunate, prove it. Go to the forest alone and shape your fate." Prince Arjun set off with provisions towards a deep forest. After wandering, he found a mysterious pond. The pond water was clear yet deep. There, he met an old woman. The old woman said, "Want to find fortune? Fetch the fortune flower from the pond." Prince Arjun entered the water, and a crocodile appeared. He screamed, "Help! Help!" Suddenly, a crow cawed loudly, then a purple-clad lady emerged from the bushes. She was Fairy Princess Ava. Ava Fairy tossed a sparkling stone from her necklace into the river. Instantly, the crocodile calmed, and the prince emerged unscathed. Ava said, "Your fortune wasn't in this pond. True fortune is patience and respect during danger." The prince realized life is more than the throne. Destiny is made of effort, courage, and empathy. He gratefully thanked Princess Ava, and they returned to the palace together. The king joyfully declared, "From today, you're not just my son, you're a true king." In the magical kingdom of Glamoria, creativity and innovation were celebrated. 3 sisters lived there, Alina, Solia, and Viviana. Alina was calm like ice, a master of cool-toned designs. Solia was bright like the sun, skilled in dazzling dresses. Viviana excelled in royal, luxurious, deep colors. Though skilled in fashion, they competed to be the true fashion princess. The king announced this year's fashion festival as the best ever. The dress most praised would win the title, the fashion princess. The sisters prepared designs, colors, fabrics, accessories, busy throughout the kingdom. Festival day saw the castle's hall glowing with colors. Alina presented a clear, sparkling gown inspired by ice. Solia showcased a glowing dress inspired by the sun and flowers. Viviana crafted a royal gown with shining stones and velvet. All dresses were remarkable, then entered a common girl, Nuri. Nuri said, "My dress is simply handwoven by me, holding my mother's memory." The king was astounded. Judges found in Nuri's dress future fashion, where feelings, stories, and emotions reside. Once, in the kingdom of Chandapur, lived a princess, Chandramala. She wore a mysterious blue gem that only shone in moonlight. A prophecy said, "The woman with the moon gem shall save the kingdom." From the distant desert came a sorcerer, Maravira, with terrifying powers. Though powerful, Maravira's heart was empty, and he was captivated by Chandramala. He said, "Love me, and the kingdom stays safe, else I'll steal moonlight." Chandramala was already in love with Ayan, a sincere, poor poet. Maravira used his powers to vanish Ayan into thin air. Chandramala searched the kingdom, but Ayan was nowhere to be found. In Maravira's lair, she discovered Ayan trapped in a magic circle. To break the spell, the book stated she must sacrifice herself. She lay in the magic circle under full moonlight, gem on her neck. Chandramala did it silently. Ayn woke to her lifeless form. Upon return, Ayn narrated Chandramala's sacrifice to the kingdom. In her memory, the moon's throne was built, glowing on full moons. Love sometimes lies in sacrifice, not just in receiving. In an advanced city named Nexalvia, there lived a young scientist, Dr. Javed Rahman. He was working on a secret project to make the human body invisible, aiming to send spies into battlefields. However, one day during an experiment, a harmless young man named Ridoui accidentally stumbled into the lab and, unbeknownst to himself, became invisible. Ridoui was now completely invisible. He had a body, but it could not be seen. He hid from society because people thought he was a ghost. Even while invisible, he drove a rickshaw and helped people. No one ever realized who had helped them. One day, sitting in a park, a girl named Soraya was crying. Her eyes were blind, but her heart was not. Ridoui sat beside her and spoke. Soraya was astonished. Someone was talking, sitting next to her, but no one was there. Gradually, they fell in love with each other. Soraya said, "The one who cannot be seen, but can be felt, is true love." Dr. Javed realized that Ridoui was the young man who had become invisible by mistake. He tried to make him visible again, but for that, Ridoui had to sacrifice a feeling from his heart, Soraya's love. Ridoui, giving up his love, said, "Let me remain unseen, but may her life be filled with light." Ridoui remained invisible. Soraya was no longer alone, for every day someone sat beside her, placed flowers in her hand, and a soft melody of a flute played behind her. People said, "There is an invisible man beside her, who loves her, who cannot be seen, but can be felt." Love is not seen with the eyes, but with the heart. Many are beside us, but we do not realize who is invisibly guarding us. Long ago, in a village named Sadharnya, lived a poor potter named Jainal. He crafted clay pots and pans, selling them at the market. But happiness eluded him as the earth yielded poor clay and rain shattered his creations. One day, while searching for clay in the depths of the forest, Jainal reached the roots of an ancient banyan tree. There, he spotted a golden pot glistening in the shadows. As soon as Jainal picked up the pot, a storm swirled around him, and from the tree's shadow emerged a skeletal ghost. The ghost declared, "This pot is mine, and whoever touches it will be cursed." Jainal, eyes brimming with tears, pleaded, "Oh, brother ghost, I am poor. If I don't sell pots today, my mother will go hungry." The ghost froze in surprise. No one had spoken to him like this before. "Are you not afraid?" he asked. "The fear of hunger outweighs the fear of your curse," replied Jainal. Moved, the ghost revealed, "I once was a prince, cursed by a sorcerer. To be freed, someone must speak truth without fear." The ghost continued, "This golden pot is more than clay. For the honest, it gives a piece of gold each day at their touch." The curse lifted, and the ghost dissipated into light. Jainal returned with the golden pot, honest in his dealings, slowly shaping a new life for the village. With his newfound wealth, he helped build a school, a well, and a mosque. The villagers remarked, "It wasn't the pot, but his honesty that was the true magic." True courage springs from a sincere heart, not fear. Honesty is rewarded, even by ghosts. In the distant city of Nurpur, there lived 3 friends, Sadia, Tamina, and Jahanara. They went to school every day. They prayed, performed ablution, and stayed clean. One day, they saw black smoke in the sky. The monster of Corona rushed towards the city. "I have come to close the schools." People rushed into their homes in fear. But the three friends were not afraid. They placed their trust in Allah. They diligently wore their masks. Their mother said, "Stay alert, pray." They made a video which spread widely. The city prepared to fight against a monster. The monster melted away underground. The three friends became awareness heroines. The city became beautiful again. Long ago, in a mountain village, Tiranagar, lived a poor woodcutter named Suleiman. Every day he woke up early, went to the jungle, cut wood, and sold it. One day, he rested under a strange tree and saw a small door in it. Touching it, the door opened, revealing a starry path and a huge magic star. A mysterious voice said, "Those with honesty and courage can cross this path and receive blessings, but greed will make them lost forever." Suleiman was afraid, but bravely proceeded. He faced illusions in the shadowy forest fog. A greedy trap with gold revealed itself, turning greedy ones to stone money bag. Finally, a door that opens only with truth. Suleiman spoke of his identity, purpose, and struggles honestly. The door opened, leading him to the magic star. A radiant light appeared as a beautiful old woman, guardian of the star. She said, "Suleiman, your honesty proves you are worthy. The star won't be yours, but it will empower your heart. With hard work and love, you will achieve what you desire." Returning to his village, Suleiman worked hard and opened a small wood shop. His life changed, living honestly and gaining respect. Villagers said, "A star still shines in Suleiman's eyes." Walking the path of honest living and hard work brings life's greatest magic, peace. Once in Deepnagar, a poor boy named Afif gathered wood in the mountains. One stormy night, a sudden light atop the mountain changed his life forever. Despite villagers' fear, Afif bravely climbed to the mountain's peak that night. There, he found a diamond that illuminated the surroundings with its bright light. Beside the jewel stood a mysterious guardian who spoke with a solemn voice. "The miracle diamond is only for the pure-hearted, the unselfish," the guardian declared. Afif replied, "I desire no riches, only to relieve my village's people's sufferings." Pleased, the guardian entrusted Afif with the diamond, but with a warning. "It shines once daily. Use it wisely for selfless deeds, or it fades away." With the diamond's light, Afif healed the sick, rejuvenated barren lands. The villagers benefited until a greedy merchant, Ragu, attempted to steal it. Instantly, the diamond vanished into the sky, leaving the village in darkness. Afif wept and returned to the mountain, where the guardian reappeared. "Your sincerity is proven. The diamond now shines forever in your heart. Spread light within people. Be a diamond yourself," the guardian reassured him. True light isn't material. Courage, love, and honesty are the real miracles.